Check this out. The hardest part of healing isn't facing your old wounds. It's the loneliness that you're going to experience along the way. This ache of feeling disconnected from people you once vibed with, or realizing the conversations you used to be all about now just feel completely off. But here's the thing. What if that loneliness isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong or failing? What if it's the ultimate proof that you're doing something hella brave? Because you're out here breaking cycles, transforming your life, and becoming someone your circle has never encountered before. Let's be real. Healing isn't just about self care, positive vibes, or positive affirmations. It's about real, messy transformation. When you start changing how you show up in the world, you outgrow old patterns, old places, and even sometimes your own people. I'm talking friends, partners, even family. Trust me, I've been there, and I'm going to tell you my story in a second. But let's be honest, all this growth, it can feel downright isolating. You might be going through this right now, but I want you to understand something. This loneliness is the ultimate sign that you're doing it right. You are moving beyond your pain and into your power. And that is going to feel really strange to some people around you who haven't yet done the work for themselves. And that's okay. Now is not the time to let go of the healing, but to anchor into it, knowing that through your transformation, you will find the right people who will walk this journey with you and even elevate you to your next level. I'm going to give you some tips on how to find that community later, so I want you to stick around with this video. But right now, let me show you what this looks like in real life. A few days ago, my best friend came back from a trip with her old crew, the people who knew her before. She called me and told me the whole story about how realizing the friendships she had in the past were completely changed and felt kind of like they were gone. Not because of drama or distance, but because she's not the same person those people knew anymore. She's changed, she's healed. She wants more out of this life, and she realizes that to have it, she's the one who has to transform herself. And that transformation starts from within. She has to release her pain and not hold on to it anymore, not play the victim or point fingers, but really look at herself. And if that sounds familiar, then you're in the right place, because this might be something you've gone through or are going through. And I get it, I've been there. This is the part nobody posts about, this uncomfortable middle. You're setting boundaries, you stop shrinking, but suddenly the people who were comfortable with the old you don't know what to do with the new you. And that hurts. It definitely hurts. I know that feeling of isolation, of solitude on the journey of transformation. There's this grief, this secret grief that comes with the healing process. You grieve the friends you outgrow, the old conversations you used to have, even the old version of yourself. You're going to grieve her too, because she was dope. She was cool. She could kick it. But it's not the same anymore. You're standing in this in between place where you're no longer who you were, but you're not quite yet who you're becoming. And it's quiet, sometimes too quiet. But here's the bigger picture. Every time you choose yourself, you're not just healing for you. You're healing for everyone who came before you and everyone who comes after. You're honoring the struggles and wounds of your ancestors, and you're creating freedom for the generations yet to come. Even when it feels hard, even when it gets lonely, you have to remember how impactful this work really is. You're changing your life, your lineage, and your legacy. But even with all of that, I feel you. You get it. And it still sometimes feels lonely. I understand that. Look, there was this time when being around my parents was hard. Not because I didn't love them, but because I was unlearning beliefs about money, love, success that I had inherited from them. Beliefs like you have to put your head down, get the work done, and hustle to succeed. To my parents, everything comes with hard work and grind. And breaking out of that required a form of isolation so that I can even give myself the space to consider how I wanted to think differently. But something cool happened. During that time, I actually ended up making a really bold decision. I sold or donated everything that I owned. I packed a rental car with a suitcase and my dog Cody, and we headed to Miami to find our happiness and our peace. And as I changed, as I truly did ground in that happiness, something incredible happened. My parents, who lived in New York City their entire lives, watched me build something that was so true to me. And when my mom retired, they did something I never expected. They left New York too. They bought their first home, found their own version of peace, and started a brand new chapter. They now have land that they're planting on, and it's wild to see two people from Brooklyn planting gardens. But what I realized is that my healing became their permission slip. That's the ripple effect of choosing yourself. Some people who may not get you in the moment as you're changing might eventually start to see it. How the transformation you're going through brings you so much peace. It inspires them to tag along. You get to become someone's inspiration. But look, even with all that growth, people might see you and be like, nah, I'm good. And that loneliness may not disappear. And this is because you need to rebuild what community looks like and means to you as the person you are now and the person you are becoming. And here's what I did. I really took time to find my people. I got clear on what I wanted to change, and I sought out communities that aligned with the new version of me. People who understood my views, my energy. I went to events focused on healing your soul, spiritual gatherings, workshops, sound baths. I can't even tell you how many freaking sound baths I've been to lately. I surrounded myself with other people who were also reinventing themselves. And together, we almost kind of reminded each other that we weren't actually alone. And it's not just me. So many of us reinventors are finding new communities, both online and in real life, because we're all craving connection on this journey. And if you're feeling lonely, it's not because you're broken, it's because you are breaking through. If you're in this lonely stretch right now, I need you to hold on. Do not shrink to keep the peace. Do not dim your light just to fit in. The new version of you deserves new community, new energy, and new joy. So here's my challenge for you. If you're feeling this kind of loneliness, I've put together such an amazing guide. It's a free guide with 10 powerful tips. It includes mantras, journal prompts, and daily practices to help you move through this. I know it can be challenging, but I want to help you. The link for the free guide is in this description below, so I want you to snatch it up. And when you do, you're going to be on my weekly email list where I'm going to send you tips on how to navigate transformation in a way that really feels like it's both healing your soul, but also helping you feel supported and not alone. I also host events in Miami and online for amazing people who are going through this exact journey and are looking for community to do it with. So grab the free guide now. And I need you to remember that this loneliness isn't the end of your healing. It's the beginning of your becoming. So grab the free guide and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you are going through this or you have tips that you would love to share for people, then definitely drop it in the comments because we want to hear what you've been through and how you went through it. So, in the end, stay the course. The new version of you deserves new community, new energy, new conversations, and of course, new joy.